Welcome to Grown Folk Stories, y'all. Let's get it going, y'all, with Subhash. Give it up, let's get this energy going.
This is my first time here, so thanks guys so much.
Welcome.
I started doing stand-up about 3 years ago, and I'm not going to do a set for you now. I promise this is where that'd be mean. But the whole philosophy was, and taking it up, I love it, and the whole philosophy has been basically just to take negative experiences whenever I have them, and then immediately find the humor. I mean, it's the best way to anesthetize the thing, or find some sort of peace in it, I guess. So I lost my dad 1.5 years ago, and I didn't make fun of his death, obviously. That'd be an awful thing to do, but I made fun of the condolences I got, because they were hilarious. I don't know if you've lost anybody personally and gotten condolences. Now we get Facebook shit too, right? And it was my fault for putting up a status. I completely understand that. And I put one up and I gave his name and I said he left the planet today. Funeral arrangements are in the works, and thank you for your condolences, and yeah, I'll let you know details if I like you enough, or if I think you'll bring me cool shit. I mean, I didn't really say that, but that's what I was going for, really. I was hoping to get brownies and flowers and shit. So I signed off for a couple days, obviously heartbroken and dealing with that, and signed back in after 2 days thinking I'll get great messages. Just terrible idea. Terrible idea, because I got the most comments I've ever gotten, which is sweet. It was like 58 comments and then 3 likes, which to me felt, it sends, I think, the wrong message. I did, however, say he left the planet, so I'm like, maybe they thought he was like an astronaut. And, he's on a mission and he got it finally at 64. But it's interesting, and I go through this process where I'll go through negative things on a regular basis. And I want to make fun of them, and I almost got into a fight, and you'll never guess what section of town it was in. Wrigleyville. It was my fault for going to Wrigleyville. It really was. It really was. And it wasn't even baseball season, and I'm like, oh. I literally had gone, I was working, I interned at the comedy bar, so I'd gone after work to meet a friend of a friend for her birthday. They had cocktails. And so I'd taken a month off of drinking, again, probably a stupid idea, but I was going to break my fast that day, but not in a crazy way. I had 2 strong drinks, but not over the top. I'm going to Bocce's. You guys know the Bocce's under the Addison Red Line? Yeah. Excellent drunk food. And $5 for a slice, and you get the soda and whatever, which is fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted. I'm like 6 steps up, and this guy throws a snowball. And I've got my backpack, and my MacBook is in there, and that is not a cheap computer. You guys know this. And I bought it 1 year ago, and I just switched to Mac, so I'm like, motherfucker. I turned around, and he must have thought I was somebody else, because his friend said, oh, we mistook you for somebody else. I'm like, that's still not an excellent greeting. A simple hey, and then the name would have been great. And then he starts talking all this shit. And I'm still working on a story or some sort of stand-up. I want to make something out of it, because this is hands down the dumbest human being I've met in a long time. And I've met a lot of really stupid people recently. It takes the cake, because he was like, I'm standing under the sign, and he would say shit like, oh, it's funny because you're standing under the jumbo. I'm not glad you found it funny. I thought he was an idiot, but I really want to, I guess basically the whole story I'm trying to tell is, you gotta find ways to find the humor in things, and it's been a blessing finding stand-up in that sense. Being able to make fun of things that are extremely painful, and being able to make fun of the condolences. It took a while before I touched it. But it was funny, because the week we're planning for funeral arrangements, I'm taking notes. Because I'm like, it's not funny now, but I can sense there's something there. Give it a couple months. There's something funny there. I can't find anything funny right now, but I'm going to find something. So literally, and that's the first bit I wrote. That was really uniquely original. Like, I'd written unique bits or whatever, but it was the first thing that coalesced into something so unique, and I took something so purely awful and found humor in it. So it was one really proud moment for me. So I guess I'm not recommending everybody take up stand-up, because it's also really brutal. But yeah, I guess it's nice to be able to find the humor in pain. So that's my story. Thank you very much.
the most embarrassing shit, and when it happens to me or I do something really dumb, I always say, like, I'm never telling anybody about this, ever. It's just like... And that was a story that I told here. I haven't told it in a while, and I'll tell it at some point. But oh God, it was horrible. I took some like cloth shears and decided to trim my pubes with it. While standing over one of those little white bathroom garbage cans and in my bedroom because I didn't want to miss Jerry Springer. And so I'm paying attention, and I was like, he had sex with his mother? Oh, well, his mom? Yeah. I'll give you the whole story at some point. But I cut my labia. And, I was like, I will never, ever speak of this. Because it's, first off, pain. But how fucking stupid are you to... Anyway, so I'll tell this story, but it is humorous. I'm fine now. It's all in hard as a rock. It's because it's scar tissue. No, it was like the size of my, never mind.